Dayna King is a production associate at the Middletown retail store. She has been a member of the Goodwill family since 1994 and previously worked at the Claymont and Newark stores. Dayna's early years were a challenge for both her and her family.
It was a very hard delivery with her, and she was my first child. At the age of 3, she started having seizures. We took her to the doctors and, they gave her medication. But at age 5, she suffered a brain aneurysm. And at that point, when they had to operate on her, they found a blood clot that was on her brain that did not show up in any x-rays or whatever, and they had to remove that, and when they did, she suffered brain damage. She also suffered a stroke, and she was in intensive care for about 3 weeks. They said she would not do anything, she would be a vegetable. And my husband and I said this was not going to happen. We were not going to let her be that way.
Determined that Dayna would be treated no differently, her parents made sure she attended public schools with other children. That's where Dayna learned that not everyone was as loving and compassionate as her family.
My sister Denise and I had friends that were our age or maybe even a little bit older that would play with us, and Dayna would be out there with us and always comments. They'd call her the R word. We became her protectors because I knew that Dayna wasn't strong enough to fend off these people, and I was like, you are not going to treat my sister like that. She is a person just like you, a living, breathing person that has feelings.
Despite the obstacles she faced, Dayna played the big sister role quite well.
Her and my sister just used to love to bug me because I was the youngest, so they would put me in all kinds of doll toys, like strollers, and push me around, and I'm screaming bloody murder, and Dayna's pushing it. I have a picture that proves it. So she would just pretty much do the normal sibling rivalry things.
As Dayna got older, she learned how to ride a bike and got involved with Special Olympics, where she excelled in bowling, track, and field events. Dayna continued on in school and made her family very proud when, at the age of 21, she walked across the stage to accept her high school diploma.
I was just so proud of her that she stayed with it and didn't say, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm done. She loves school, just like she loves work.
For Dayna, going to work every day at Goodwill helps her learn responsibility and social skills.
They helped me a lot, and they showed me what I have to do, and I have to learn.
Dayna has really stood out. She's certainly an excellent role model for that program, for somebody who's continuing to grow and work towards perhaps regular employment.
If you ask Dayna's coworkers or Goodwill customers, the 2 words used most often to describe her would be smiles and shoes.
The first time I met Dayna, I think one thing that everybody would say is that she has quite an infectious smile.
She's always willing to help anyone at any lengths. Anytime that a customer would come in and they'd be shopping in the shoes, a lot of times she would ask them what type of shoe they were looking for. And if there wasn't a mate to the shoe, she would go in the back room and look into her cards.
That's my thing.
Dayna takes great pride in the shoes.
I put shoes away, and I do accessories, and I help with the racks.
I'm just proud of her for just trying, and wanting to try, and she always wants to please everybody.
I love my job, and I do good at it, too.
Being able to be a part of someone's life such as Dayna's and everyone who works here at Goodwill is certainly much more rewarding than any paycheck could give me or any of the rest of us.
I appreciate Goodwill for giving her a job and giving her a chance to show that she is a productive person and she can learn. And if it wasn't for Goodwill, I really don't know where she would be now.
The award being given to Dayna King is in honor of Senator William Roth, a pioneer in advancing the rights of people with disabilities and an early advocate of the now 20-year-old Americans with Disabilities Act. This award recognizes a Goodwill employee who has demonstrated that integrated employment promotes self-esteem and good job performance.